Hello and welcome back to Mole Minute. So today we're talking about how to get more Facebook followers. It's the million-dollar question. It's the one that our clients ask us almost more than anything else. Now, obviously, we're not going to share all our trade secrets with you today, but we did think we could give you a few useful tips. So I'm joined today by Zara. Zara, what would be your first piece of advice to people looking to get more Facebook followers?
It is the million-dollar question. I think the first thing to do is to know not to post far too often. I think that's a mistake that many people make. It is definitely quality over quantity. Think about what you enjoy seeing as well. I mean, do you prefer being bombarded by posts, or would you prefer to see one piece and think, oh, I love when this person posts this information, because actually each time you read it, rather than seeing everything too often and thinking, okay, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, and then you can't rely on that brand and just not going to read it ultimately.
So let's say that you're really happy with your content and you're putting content out there. How do you know if it's working? What should you be doing to make sure you're doing the right kind of thing?
I think it's really interesting to say that. How do you know if you're happy? Because ultimately, what you are happy with isn't necessarily what your audience is going to be happy with, and that's where most businesses, I believe, go wrong. Unless you're looking at the data, you don't know what is resonating with your audience. So making sure that you're doing testing consistently, even if you think you've got it down to a T, you always need to be thinking ahead, thinking about what's going to come next in your industry, and testing that and making sure that the imagery is correct, or maybe actually use of punctuation or emojis, or the next new thing at the moment that people kind of relate to them. So making sure that you're always testing everything and not always just going by what you think. The data will always tell you what you need to know.
That's really helpful. And so if you've got great content and you know you've tested it and it's working really well, how do you then get that out in front of more people who then might decide to become followers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Facebook world and every social media platform is just so huge. So no matter how big your audience is, you're always going to want to reach new people. You're always going to want to increase that engagement. And sometimes you are limited massively by just your followers, and although they could be engaging on it a lot, you still want to reach as many people as possible. So what you can do is pay a small amount of money. You can pay as little as £10 to boost your post, and you can target that post as well to reach people that are similarly going to be engaged with that. They're going to want to read about it. If you're talking about the environmental issues, for example, you can then target a post and boost it to people that are going to be likely to want to read that. And then that just encourages engagement on your platform as well, which is great for your brand and great for interaction, and will then further expose it with, with the hope that in the future you're not going to always need to pay to promote it, but initially it's great to boost that content out there.
So I guess what we're saying then is that you need great quality content. You need to be testing that content to see if it's what your audience want to hear, and then once you're happy with it, you want to start boosting that out to other people in order to get them to start to follow you because they like what they see. Is that a fair summary? Yeah,
absolutely. I think the business world is always changing. You need to change content with it. So yeah, it's that constant analysis to continue to move forward.
So just a few quick tips there, but things that are really solid information which we think will stand you in good stead if you're trying to increase your followers on Facebook. So we hope that helps. If you've enjoyed this, then make sure that you're following us so that you can see future videos, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.